Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter here on time. I think we both thought Ollie was gone at this point, so Lecter just kind of showed up on time. I'm reminding you kids out there who are using CBD oil to help you sleep, don't take too much. It is hard to get up. Morning.
Morning there.
Morning there.
This is how I get you people into work on time now. I just pretend not to be here.
That's right. That's a good way to do it. You know, if he's not there, no one's going to start the show, and this music is just going to play out through the entire intro. It's actually kind of nice. You got Randy there. Randy's,
doing Raven things.
Doing Raven things. Aren't we all doing Raven things? Don't we look at him and say, that's so Raven?
Oh, you've seen me rummaging through trash. That's embarrassing.
No, if that's what you call watching Nickelodeon shows, yes.
Oh, I see. That was a Nickelodeon reference.
Yeah, that's so Raven.
Sorry.
Have you seen the episode where they combat racism in the mall? It's fantastic.
I did not know that was a show till 7 seconds ago, so...
You don't know who Raven Simone is?
Well, that would be the logical conclusion.
Oh, okay. Well, she was the little girl on The Cosby Show. She's like the tiny little girl on The Cosby Show. Yeah. And she made a career out of it. She's very talented. That's who she is. And then she had a show on Nickelodeon called That's So Raven.
I feel like this is possibly a little... Thank you, everybody, for humoring me while I have a personal lesson on Nickelodeon
Absolutely.
shows.
Absolutely. You don't like Nickelodeon shows? I love Nickelodeon shows.
Well, I love Nickelodeon shows, but never heard of that one. That didn't make it to England.
What Nickelodeon shows do you like?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
All right.
I don't know.
You know what?
Rugrats.
You know what? The TV show, there was a movie before the TV show. It was a TV movie.
Whatever.
And the guy who played Harvey is from Yellowknife. His name's Tobias Mailer.
Yeah.
And he wasn't on the TV show. I don't know why. I don't know why. There you go. I think because
that
ABC's
biography ended badly.
No, he's doing very well.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Is Rod Stewart like the not Ryan Adams? Good Lord. Oh, boy. He
might be.
Is Rod Stewart the Bryan Adams of England? Do you go around apologizing for him?
Only because he's a Manchester United fan.
Oh, I see. Well, Sting is kind of the Bryan Adams then. Like when he did that Desert Rose song.
But they don't accept that apology about Bryan Adams from us in the UK. They love Bryan Adams.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Corey Hart.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we need to talk about Corey Hart.
We do right now?
Maybe not right now. Yeah, I'll let you decide, but we're going to talk about Corey Hart today.
Well, let's talk about Corey Hart.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Did you watch the Junos last night?
I didn't.
You should have.
Oh, damn.
Corey Hart's back, baby.
All right. Did you get the
my
Lifetime
God.
Achievement Award?
You know what? Actually, hold on one sec. I'll be right back. You guys
right.
carry on.
He's going to trundle off.
Carry on.
Ollie, you're heading to Fort Simpson today.
Thank the world. I honestly thought you were going to try and hold a Corey Hart-related break with me, and I'm actually frantically Googling right now.
Never surrender.
Oh, Sunglasses at Night.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Ooh.
Never surrender.
Oh, well. I've not heard Never Surrender. Sunglasses at Night, I have heard.
Well, of course you have. Of course you have. We all have. Oh, there he is. He's got his sunglasses
he's
on.
Put on his sunglasses.
It's not night anymore, but it's night for some people still. This is still appropriate.
Okay.
Corey Hart's back, baby.
Corey Hart is back.
You put on those sunglasses at night.
Did he?
Oh.
Last night?
Oh, he rocked
Did he play
it.
a medley of his classic hits?
No, he played Never Surrender and Sunglasses. And it wasn't a medley, though.
That's
he just
a
played
medley.
one.
Two songs is a medley.
But those you meld together and you don't actually finish one or the other.
Okay. So he stopped and then
he played
said,
one.
Thank you, and then here's my other hit.
Yeah, then busted into Sunglasses at Night. Tore the house down.
No talking, no new crap. Sunglasses at Night.
Oh,
we
man.
just played it. Whatever.
London, Ontario is still trying to recover.
Get to the Never Surrender part.
This guy had 3 Canadian number ones.
Oh, yeah.
Never Surrender.
Never Surrender.
Sunglasses at Night.
No.
What?
No.
Huh?
Sunglasses at Night wasn't a number one?
Not according to this.
Oh,
I'm trying to find it on this list.
So flabbergasted, I can't even speak.
I don't even.
It was it went to number 24 in Canada.
Sunglasses at Night.
24?
Yes.
That's his most famous song.
Well, I don't care.
Other than Never Surrender.
It went to number 7 in the US, but Canadians just like, eh. So number one's Never Surrender.
Yeah.
Everything in My Heart.
Don't know that one.
1985, same year as Never Surrender. And then the following year, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh, Lord.
Is that an Elvis cover or is that
I don't know.
his own?
Yes, it is a cover of the Elvis track.
Exposing our lack of knowledge of Corey Hart. I know 2 songs by Corey Hart.
We know, his stuff from that peaked at 20 to 40.
That's right.
On the Canadian charts.
Yeah.
Not so much the number ones.
So Sunglasses at Surrender and Never at Night.
Never at Night.
Some of his song titles are quite remarkable. Spot You in a Coal Mine.
Yeah, that's right.
Number 29
I know
in
that one.
1988.
You
Don't
do.
Take Me to the Racetrack.
No.
Did not chart in
Don't do it.
1989.
I'm in love with my car. No, wait, that was Queen.
10,000 Horses was one of his most recent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In 2014.
10,000 horses couldn't
Yeah.
drag me away. Right? Is that one?
I
No.
think you're mixing the Rolling Stones.
No, that's Wild Horses. Then there's 10,000 horses couldn't drag me away.
I mean, I feel like
No, there's another Wild Horses song.
Maybe
right?
we just need to run through, do our own little Corey Hart.
Tell you what
medley.
we're gonna do? We're gonna load up on Corey Hart for the next hour, and we're gonna play we're gonna celebrate his entire catalog
As we
throughout the
should.
rest of the morning.
now, if the 10,000 horses are they domesticated and it's versus the wild horses, and it's like which one do we think could drag me away? I feel like the wild horses, even though they are fewer in number, would be more likely to drag me away than the 10,000.
Well, no, but the domesticated horses are gonna do what you want them to do.
I don't want them to drag me away.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe someone wanted them to drag Corey Hart away.
If Red Dead Redemption has taught me anything, it's remarkably easy to tame a horse. So I feel like we could get them domesticated pretty quick.
Yeah, 56 years old.
56.
56 years old.
Wow.
And
Does
he
he
rocked the house.
Does he look it, or has he?
You know
dyed
what?
his
He
blonde
looks
hair?
remarkably good for
I bet he
56 years
I
old.
bet it does. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yeah, I didn't catch the Junos.
Those 20-year-old punks didn't know what to think.
Didn't know what to think. Who is this old man?
And why is he so amazing? My God.
Jay Bear has just been on the message. You are thinking of Gino Vanelli.
Yes,
Wild
we are.
horses
We
could not
absolutely
drag
are.
me away.
Thank you, Jay Bear.
From you. Is that a cover of Wild Horses? No, it's not.
No.
is it?
No, that's an
But it's
original
like
song.
the same theme.
Same idea.
Same idea.
Yeah.
Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay Bear, for just descending into playing music
Absolutely.
knowledge there. That's
Absolutely.
what we keep you around for.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Monday morning, post St. Patty's Day. I know a lot of you out there probably have. Actually, most of you probably went out on. Sorry, what are you doing? Sorry. What?
Corey Hart. Sorry.
Oh, Corey Hart, sorry, yeah.
I haven't been able to stop singing it since last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
you're
doing
gonna be
Corey
seeing-
Hart all morning.
You're going to be seeing nothing but Corey Hart for the next month.
Well,
so.
I mean, yeah, that's absolutely right. We should
He's
just-
going on tour?
Corey Hart Hour. Yeah. We already talked about
We
it.
didn't talk about the tour.
Oh, yeah, but he's not coming here, so I don't care.
I don't know. All right,
Yellowknife's
enough about
always
Corey Hart.
left out of these plans. And you know what they say? They're always like, it's too expensive. It's like, really? It's the same cost as any flight around Canada, pretty much.
We could convince him.
We could get Vince.
Make a petition.
Yeah.
Change.org. Corey Hart, Yellowknife.
Vote for this and then vote for, ending child labor.
If there's time.
Yeah, if there's time. I mean, well, they make it really easy. They just give you a bunch that you can say yes to. Yes or no, yeah.
They
Right
send
after.
nice follow-up emails, too,
Yeah, yeah.
after you sign up for one.
I know. I get them
change
every day.
Yeah.
It's like every day you wake up to something from change.org. It's like, oh, God, is that happening? Oh, I don't want that to happen.
Did you get the latest Justin Trudeau one?
No.
No.
He
Wow.
had it. Well, I mean, we were talking about St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
You brought in some wonderful cupcakes. Irish car bomb cupcakes, which are
Pretty
that's
offensive,
offensive. Yeah, that's offensive. But Irish car bomb, the drink is Guinness and Bailey's.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've put those into a cupcake,
I didn't do anything.
and we're going to eat them.
I brought them here.
Yeah.
Nicole made them.
Oh, good for Nicole. Thanks,
yeah.
Nicole.
They actually she took a first stab at making these cupcakes a couple years ago on St. Patty's Day, and they were just they were delicious, but they were a spilly, sloppy mess and super heavy.
Yeah.
Not office appropriate. No,
Oh.
they're kind of they're nicely contained.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very office appropriate.
Bake the alcohol off and all that.
Well, there's still a little booze.
Nah,
So don't go overboard. or
No, I
anything.
know. I've already had 4.
Happy belated St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
Thank you. I think most people went out on Saturday, obviously, because most bars aren't open on Sunday.
Yes.
So I was out on Saturday for a friend's birthday, and we didn't really do the St. Patty's thing. We did.
You didn't go see Jimmy T? At
No,
the BK?
didn't see. We were gonna head out, and then we just ended up hanging out at the place, and we went to the Kilts, and but we had haggis and Scottish
Nice.
stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was kind of like a Robbie Burns night.
Ah.
Called a Davy Burns night.
Okay.
And it was lovely.
I don't think the Irish like being combined with
No,
the
they
Scottish.
don't. And this is why we did it.
That's why we did it. Take that, Ireland.
That's right. I'm part Irish, I think, and
I think we're all part
I think so too.
In Canada.
That's right. But Trudeau just can't win.
Well, I mean,
anything he does.
Everyone was having a good time, and of course, someone always has to ruin the party.
Yeah, he's like that really annoying theater kid who starts singing "Rent" in the middle of a party. You're like, stop it! I've literally had that happen where somebody just walked into a kitchen and the 500,025, whatever it's called, and 525,000. I know what it's called. 600 minutes, and you're just like, why is this happening?
Like,
and
I
then
don't
people
want
start
someone
joining
to be assaulted,
in and harmonizing. You're just like, I just want to. We work so hard. Can we just take a night off?
Frankly, glad I've never been to one of those parties. No,
it happens.
So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He was getting yelled at for people accusing him of cultural appropriation.
Absolutely.
Various other things.
Yeah.
The scandal. He's trying to gloss over the scandal.
By tweeting about St. Paddy's Day?
By tweeting about St. Paddy's Day, distracting everybody. And
That's
he
right.
can't even do that right.
Distracting everybody.
So.
Yeah, it's their fault we're distracted.
Yeah, so our Prime Minister upset everybody yesterday when he sent out the following tweet.
Ugh.
Quote, to all Canadians of Irish descent and those who are Irish for the day, happy #St. Patrick's Day. 3-leaf clover, !
There you go.
What a monster.
What a monster.
My God. Like,
Who does this guy think he is?
When will he stop?
When is he going to stop? Fascism is on the roll in Canada. That is not culturally appropriative, but I guess we could dive into that a little bit. People are saying that's cultural appropriation because everyone who's those who are just Irish for the day, which is like a very, 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 very common thing for people to say on St. Paddy's Day because everybody celebrates. Everybody just uses St. Paddy's Day as an excuse to get really, really drunk and do that thing. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a very common thing. I mean, I'm not super into St. Paddy's Day anyway because I don't care. I don't like I not that I drink to excess that often.
I dabble in
I
excessive
don't
drink.
need an excuse to do it.
Right.
Remember when you were in your 20s and or in high school and you played drinking games?
Yes.
And now if somebody suggests a drinking game, you're like, I don't need a game to drink.
Then they get kicked out of the party.
For singing Rent. Get out of here.
So various responses of outrage have included a meme that says, just in 2015, just out 2019.
Woo! Hardcore.
What else we got?
I'm sure Andrew Scheer was all over it too. Just like, this is not the kind of this is appropriate. This is racist. He probably accused him of racism or something.
Fred Ford.
Yeah.
Is particularly
Another
upset.
Ford?
Yes, Fred.
Good Lord.
Fred Ford.
How many of these people do we have to deal with?
Said, quote, shouldn't you apologize to the Irish people for the way they were treated when they immigrated here? They were often virtually enslaved.
As opposed to actually enslaved.
Cheated on land, had their farms burned to the ground because they were Catholic. See if you can squeeze this in today, will you? Thanks. Graphic Fixations responded.
That is a very false equivalence because Irish people are no longer treated that way at all. Meanwhile, Indigenous people are still treated the way they were treated when we just kind of bumped into this country.
Not sure Fred Ford had thought of that.
What do you mean?
Maybe he had.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Graphic Fixations responded. They did. They even put up a monument. It's on the waterfront in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. Shut your mouth.
What else we got
he was
here?
doing that. He was doing that to draw comparisons to like apologizing to Indigenous peoples and apologizing to the Inuit
and the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, why aren't you apologizing to the millions of white people who are really successful in this country?
Adam also responded, I wish you would resign.
Adam Vivian?
No.
Oh.
No. Adam Jr. Corbett.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
a pretty good
actually.
fun. I wish you would resign.
We'll leave it at that. Well
That's
done,
good.
Adam.
Well done. Happy belated St. Paddy's Day to everyone out there.
And for the love of God, stop misappropriating that Irish culture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Put down your Lucky Charms and think.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Monday morning. Ollie is here, but not participating. We are going to take his name off the liner, I think.
He's got a lot coming up, all right?
He does. He's going to Simpson this week.
Teaching another course.
Teaching people how to radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
That is
So
exciting.
he's got obviously a lot to wrap up.
I
before
suppose.
that.
Oh, here he is.
I think he leaves this morning.
I guess
actually.
you're wrong. I guess he has nothing to wrap up. Because here he is sitting down.
Just finish wrapping some stuff up. What I missed.
Very good. Very good. Well, tell us about your trip.
Heading over to Fort Simpson.
Great.
the
Thanks for
week.
telling us.
13 degrees for me.
Yes, it's supposed to be. Well, that's the
13.
thing. We need to talk about the weather a little bit. I know we don't.
God.
I mean, idle chit chat about the weather is just death. But it's supposed to get up to +5 or +6 today.
+8 in Yellowknife.
+8 in Yellowknife.
That is
13
stupid.
south of the lake. That is ridiculous. I heard rumblings from folks in the know that if it got up to what they were predicting last week, which was +10 here for tomorrow, that the Snowcastle will have to look at maybe not opening tomorrow if it's +10.
I think
Wow.
it's not a case that they would close. They would maybe look at the slide might be.
Yeah, exactly.
Closed down,
They'd
like
look.
something
Yeah,
like
maybe not closed, but look at some of the safety of some of the things.
Yeah, and that would be. They probably need a few days of that for that to really
Right?
take effect.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they can get
'Cause,
away with it for a
those
couple
walls are very dense and would take a lot to do.
days. Yeah,
And those-
I think
and
it's
those
going to
ice
take more
blocks
than
are
one
very
day of
thick.
+10
Yeah.
to really ruin things.
But I mean, we've had a good week of very mild weather. Like the roads are fairly clear, and everything's melting. Dog poop flowers are starting to bloom.
If we get to +8 today, that's the first time in March in 15 years in Yellowknife.
See, that's the thing. It seems like that would be a record that was older than that. But 15 years ago, it's not that long ago.
But it's only happened 3-4 times.
Yeah.
In the last record started about 1950 for
Okay.
Yellowknife.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a common thing for it
It
to
is
reach
not.
+8 in Yellowknife. The thing to watch that's more interesting for me is how long we stay in the positives for.
Yes. Right now, it's all week.
So if bear in mind we snuck into the positives yesterday, we got
Yeah.
up to 4 degrees. If it does last all week, that's a record.
Yes.
8 days in a row of getting up into a positive high
In March.
in March is something that has not happened in Yellowknife before.
Yeah. Well, it's since 1950.
Yeah, well,
In
but I've gotta-
1949,
I've gotta go ahead and say-
there was no winter. No one wants to talk about that.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. I may be wrong. That between 1938, when the first kind of anything to do with Yellowknife was a thing,
Yeah.
and 1952 probably didn't happen. Can't prove it.
So you're saying that between 1938 and 1950, Yellowknife didn't exist. Nothing happened.
I'm saying that probably it
Weather
was not
records.
as warm as it is now.
No, probably not. Probably not. Well, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of exposed arsenic back then.
Well, yeah, everybody was a little busy digging up a bunch of stuff and
Yeah.
fighting in some wars.
Yeah, and not really thinking about what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's warm as heck.
We were talking about this the other day. Now, you were in Yellowknife in 2014, right? Spring of 2014?
I went back to the UK that spring.
Okay.
However, I am well aware that it was, is that the cold one?
And I was
Was that the cold winter?
I
There
was
was
trying to
one where it
remember.
was -40 every day for a month.
Yeah.
And it was in the fairly recent past,
Yeah.
2013 or 2014.
Well, I think it was my first winter, which would have been spring 2014. And I remember around this time, like early to mid-March, we had, a week of like super mild weather and not highs like to this level, but really warm weather. And me being my first winter in Yellowknife, I was like, well, this is just spring has hit early. This is the way it's going to be. We might not have a Long John Jamboree. And there was like a little bit of concern among people who were ignorant and new in town like me. And then all of a sudden we hit like a 2-week stretch of -30. And it was like, no, you're an idiot. This is not the end of winter.
Yes, not yet. Well, this is false spring.
yeah, exactly. But how much damage will it do? I suppose is the question.
Yeah, if you're living on the coast, it's going to be tough.
The long range forecast, which as we all know is about as reliable as you. People at home could guess who I was pointing at then. They're actually...
I know who you're
may
thinking.
surprise
You
you.
might be pleasantly surprised. Yeah.
That's gonna. Yeah, that'll be the clickbait. You won't believe who Ollie looked at when he said this.
Only for the opening break, though, you
Yes,
understand. Yes. So, long range forecast, you can't
Well, you
put
just
much
gave
faith
it
in.
away.
Yeah, you just.
I
gave it away.
know. The long range forecast, you can't
Now
put
we
much
can't
faith in
get
it.
people to click it.
I will finish this sentence someday. Long range forecast,
Ollie, before you get on,
can't put a lot of faith in it, but it suggests pretty much it's like this till the end of March.
wow.
And then April, -5, -10 for a lot of the month.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fairly long range. That's
Man,
2
April
weeks. You can't
sucks.
depend on
Yeah,
that stuff.
I always wonder how they do that. I have the feeling that the people like this is like AccuWeather or something. They like eventually like after the end of this week they're just rolling dice.
Yeah.
It's like let's roll again. -1 and roll again.
-4. There we go.
Yeah, there's no way you can know. How can you know?
Well, I
a
mean,
month ahead of now what
not
the
a
temperature's
month,
going
but
to
you
be
can know
by the day.
pretty dependably, like a week in advance, maybe. Probably.
And they're often still not even right.
Well, I mean, the weather's the weather.
The weather is the weather. Well said.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Wheeler, Lecter, and Karine with you on your Monday morning.
Hello.
Hello.
I just have to say, like, hi to my mom if she's listening, because I swear she listens every day,
Good.
all the way from Ontario.
Yeah.
So, hi.
Hi,
This is
Chris,
for
Mom.
you.
Like, thank you. It's finally
it's
some
going
acknowledgement.
Well. It's going well.
Been broadcasting for 7 months here on Cabin Radio, and I still haven't said hi to my mom.
Hi,
So
Mom.
well done.
Hi, Scott's mom. Even I've done it.
Thanks, Jesse.
In space, no one can hear you scream, but they can hear you have herpes.
They
Scott,
can hear your
they can hear your herpes. There's something in space that is causing dormant herpes viruses to activate in astronauts.
According to sciencealert.com,
Well, that's legit.
yeah, there's something about space that's triggering herpes in astronauts. Tests show that dormant herpes viruses reactivate in more than half the astronauts who travel on the Space Shuttle and International Space Station, according to new NASA research. A phenomenon the space agency says could pose problems for deep space missions.
Yes. Just so we're clear before we move on, that if you are ashamed that you have herpes, don't be. Some of the best and brightest have herpes.
I think
according to
most
NASA.
people have
Does that
Yeah,
mean that,
most
does
people have herpes. I
Really,
think it's, yeah,
some form.
like 90% of us have herpes.
Yeah, we just don't know it.
Yeah.
that mean that aliens have herpes?
That's right. That
So,
means
like,
they might.
Yeah.
If aliens invade the Earth, it'll just be an infestation of herpes?
Oh, yeah. How are we going to kill them? We all have the same disease.
Maybe our herpes will be stronger than theirs,
I doubt
and
it.
we'll kill them off that way.
I really doubt
So
it.
ET,
I mean, I'd like to
ET had
welcome
herpes.
them.
Yeah. E.T.'s got herpes.
But we should welcome them peacefully.
Mastered
but-
intergalactic travel, but hasn't figured out how to cure herpes. Which we haven't either.
Yeah, and-
we haven't figured out how to cure herpes.
I don't know that we've mastered it, but we're pretty good.
What, at herpes?
Space travel.
Oh, space travel? No,
Yeah.
we're not very good at space travel.
We're all right at
No,
it.
we are not.
Come on now.
We can't even get to Mars with a manned mission. That thing's close.
We're just being safe, okay?
No, we're not.
We're just being sure.
We've delayed. I feel like we could be farther along than we are right now if it wasn't a publicly funded, if NASA wasn't a publicly funded thing.
Well, what have
And
you
then-
done to help? Where have you traveled?
I've watched Apollo 13 over 20 times.
But speaking of space,
And herpes.
no, more space.
How
The
was your
C-
weekend?
The CEO of Amazon said that we will be building like actual like life in space. Like it will
Yeah.
be like a city in space, but it'll be like a bubble. So
Uh-huh.
and that will just float across the universe because
What?
that's better than landing on planets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could create your own colony and like just kind of,
Okay.
a self-sustaining something or other.
The Beezer said that.
The bees are.
That's what I call Jeff Bezos.
That's right. You're
the
buddies.
Beezer.
You're buddies.
Yeah.
You're buddies with him, right?
Yeah, we go
Yeah.
back a long way.
Oh,
He's done a lot better than
That'd be fun. That'd be fun to be friends with him and just be like, Jeff, I'm having a little trouble.
Yeah.
I just need a little money. And he's like, well, what's a little money? And you just kind of be like, I don't know, like $10 million. He's like, oh, okay, cool. And he just
Isn't
throws
he in
it-
the middle of a nasty divorce? Doesn't he not have any money?
He
right
is,
now?
yeah.
Well, it's not
So-
it's not necessarily a nasty divorce. Actually, they are amicably separating apparently, and she's getting like $250 million out of the thing or something like that. I mean, if they were married in California, I think he had a prenup. But if they were married in California, she would have been entitled to half his assets, anything that he made while they were married, which is $108 billion. California's got some messed up marriage laws.
Like,
though.
what do you even do with that much money?
You don't do anything. He actually doesn't have that much money. He's just kind of worth that much money based on the market. But the market can
Right.
just be like, you know what? No, you're not. Tomorrow. So whatever. But he's got a bunch.
I feel
of
like
money.
he'll still be okay.
he could get a
probably.
mortgage, buy a car or two.
Anyway, during spaceflight, there is a rise in secretion of stress hormones.
Ah.
That's such a gross word, secretion.
God.
Like moist hormones.
Like cortisol and adrenaline,
Yeah.
which are known to suppress the immune
Do you know
system.
why? Because space travel is absolutely terrifying.
It is. There's
So
a
that's
chance.
yeah.
why. So yeah, stress can cause you to break out. It
Your
causes a herpes
adrenaline's
breakout.
probably through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
a
there you
chance
go.
that while you're in the rocket ship going into outer space, it'll just blow up.
It'll just blow up.
and
It's happened
then
a few times.
Whoa. Whoa. That doesn't happen.
Okay.
What are you
All right.
talking
sure.
about?
All right. God.
Just
all
like
right.
they have enough stress as it is.
Yeah.
They don't need to be thinking about
Have you
that.
seen First Man?
No.
So this is the Damien Chazelle movie, First Man. He did La La Land. He did Whiplash. And it's about Neil Armstrong. And Ryan Gosling plays Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong loves that, even though he's dead. He's looking down. And anyway, it's more about, it's like when you watch something like Apollo 13, they kind of have a bit of a gloss over it where it's like, this is the best technology we had at the time, and this is the best and brightest doing it. And it was that, but First Man kind of focuses on how like they were kind of learning as they go. Like, let's throw all the scientists and all the money we have at this thing, and we'll try to figure it out. Basically, they made a plan without knowing how they were going to get there, and they figured out backwards how they were going to get there. And some of the first scenes, they really focus on the sound design in the movie is so good. They focus on the ricketiness of it because there's parts of those vehicles that were like less than a millimeter thick. So like you hear the rumbling and the screws screeching and things like this. It's incredibly claustrophobic. It's such an effective way to depict space travel. It's remarkable.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like Armageddon?
Not as accurate a way to depict space travel. I do love that movie though.
Fly by the seat of their pants.
That's
don't they?
right. That's right. Yeah. We
Anyway.
have soft duck. Anyway.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
It's time for the 1 week performance review. Karine's been here 1 week. She's done nothing. And
Thank you very much for that.
no, you've been working very, very hard. You even did an episode of the Pet Project, which is awesome.
I was more excited at my.
I'm sorry. I'm conducting this interview.
Wow.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I said I was like, this is awesome, but you guys used a picture of my cat, and that made me more excited than anything. I was
Yes.
like, she's famous now. Yay!
Yay, famous cats.
Was that what
Let's
was going
name
on
other
with your
famous
cat in
cats.
that
Oh, never
picture?
mind.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, let's name other famous cats.
Okay.
Simba, Kimba,
Mufasa.
Grumpy cat.
Grumpy Cat.
Oh yeah, Grumpy Cat, probably the most famous of them all.
All right, that's good. Then.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
What was going on with your cat in that picture? Was it shaved, or is that how
She
it
has a line cut
normally-
because she is very long-haired cat. She gets very matted, so she gets shaved every 6 months.
Ooh,
Shaved.
Yep.
what does she think of that?
Probably doesn't like it.
She loves it.
She loves it.
She loves it.
Okay, all right.
She likes baths. She's very weird. She's not your normal cat.
No
Okay.
doubt. Likes a bath.
Just glad to hear your cat is not abused. At
She
home.
is
That's
not.
good to know.
She is very spoiled.
That would have been quite the expose right here. On
A
the
little
morning
bit.
show.
Yep. I had to know. Had to know what was going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't have the performance review sheet, so
we don't need that.
okay, you
we
do this from memory.
fly by the seat of our pants. I don't know who you're gesturing to.
Someone just arrived, and Ollie's in the second studio, so I think they're looking for Ollie.
We are trying to conduct a performance review.
I think they're fine.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, number one.
So you've done quite a bit
Yes.
in your first week.
Yes.
What has been your favorite part so far? We'll start with the fluff.
this is
We'll
not-
start with the
this is
fluff.
not a
It's
review.
okay. What's been your favorite part
Yeah,
of your
what's-
first week at Cabin Radio?
What's been your favy?
Hanging out with you guys.
No. That's no.
That 5 stars on that answer. 5 stars.
You wrote an article about the new pool that may or may not happen.
Yep.
Wait, the article happened though.
Yeah.
The article
It did.
happened.
So 5 stars.
Yes, 5 stars on that. I think you got chirped a little bit in the comment section.
You did.
On the
Oh, yeah.
Facebook
We
post.
get chirped on pretty much everything we write, though.
I got
More or
Like,
less.
literally everything we write. Someone's going to be like, actually, I didn't read the article, but I hate you. So it's just like, all right,
Yeah, I
whatever.
got chirped on that one because there's no slide, which is pretty obvious that there is a slide.
Yes.
And then I got chirped on the senior report one that I went up yesterday because people were like, "Oh wow, like this is obvious." Like, thanks, I just wrote this. Like, this. I don't make the report. Oh right.
Bring the mic a little closer to your face.
Yeah, I was
There
like,
you go.
I don't make
4
this
stars.
report. Like,
4 stars, no, 2 stars in mic placement.
so they're like, "Oh, this report is so obvious." I'm like, "Yeah, I just write stuff. I don't make the report." Like, please don't come at
Oh
me.
no, it's the best when we basically like we take a press release and then write what's in the press release, and people are like, "You got this wrong. Why don't you check facts before you get stuff out there?" It's like, this is literally from your media release.
This is exactly what
Oh
This is
my
exactly
God.
what it says.
Yeah.
It's just like, actually, you got to put your things wrong. This is what you're.
People are like,
Say
they don't
union,
actually live
so-
in Yellowknife because they have no idea what.
Oh well, those are
like,
those are also the best. People that don't live here anymore that are still like, that's why I moved away from this place. It's like, yeah, shut up. We still live here.
we still have to live here. You don't.
You
So
you
get
don't.
out of here, please.
You got out of here, so your opinion doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah. So first week you got chirped on Facebook a few times. So 4.5.
Yeah,
Yep.
4.5.
Yep.
Nothing.
4.5.
Nothing too personal or harsh. So
No.
take off a half.
yeah, that's right.
For that. So well done.
Thank
Well
you.
Yeah, you hosted an episode of the Pet Project.
Yes,
did.
Did you enjoy that?
I loved it.
You did a cat episode, which I found very exciting because
I love cat episodes.
we did our first season last year. This is our second season of the Pet Project, and we only did one cat episode. I think like our second or third episode
Second
was a
episode.
cat episode, and nobody watched it.
Nobody watched it. Nobody cares about cats.
First episode got really well received, thousands of views. It was great. And then second episode was a cat episode, maybe like 600 views.
Yeah.
And like every episode after that had back into the thousands because we
Where are
went
the
back
puppies?
to the dogs.
Where are the puppies? Yeah, yeah.
Which gave me a bit of a complex because I hosted the cat episode and I thought it was me.
Right.
But then I did one where
Wow.
I got the first ever puppy shower or puppy bath, whatever we call them, death by puppies. And that, the viewership was through the roof on that one. So that was a lot of fun. But
I'm
your,
sorry,
your
is there a
episode
review
doing pretty
coming
well.
for this? Like, you're just talking about how your videos did better than hers.
Not hers.
Okay.
I'm saying everyone's did better than mine, and her cat episode is already doing better than mine. Which
So
has
5
been-
stars.
So 5 stars.
Great.
Yay!
Well done.
I want to adopt all those cats. Please. Someone, please, if you want a cat, go there and take those cats home.
Yeah,
they need
do
a
it.
home.
Yeah,
please.
you need a home.
They're so
Absolutely.
adorable.
Yeah.
Especially Foxy. She's in a little cage. She needs someone to love her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's old.
She's so old.
Yeah,
too
take-
old.
Take her home. She's too old.
What else did you do in your first week? You hosted an on-air show, correct? No.
No.
Okay, I wasn't listening on Friday. I was out of town.
No, I did. But you made me do an ad, so that was fun.
I made you do an ad.
yes.
I
How'd you do?
didn't use your voiceover, so
it's
no
okay. I have a
star.
horrible.
So, 2
Zero
stars.
stars. 0 stars.
no offense taken. I have I'm horrible. At,
No,
talking about
there
it, but-
there was one really weird pronunciation in that we were having a lot of issues with. And,
Kilometers versus kilometers.
No. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
Correlation or something. I don't know. Some water.
but I
thing.
actually got you to voice it because the person who I originally got to voice it also was stumbling all over that one and not pronouncing it correctly. So you know what? I'll bump it up to 2.5 stars.
All right.
That's okay. That
All right.
wasn't your fault. And what else have you done in your first week?
a lot.
I can't think of what you did.
Oh, jeez.
It's a great review.
I went
What did you do
to-
this week? Great. That sounds awesome.
I went to a municipal meeting. I went to a federal legislation meeting. I went to a federal government announcement thing.
You do those a lot.
That all
Went-
sounds kind of boring. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe
well,
1 star.
I went to a fish camp. That was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Fish
Fish
camp?
camp.
Yeah, put on by the Rainbow Coalition.
Nice.
That's much
Oh, yeah,
more
if you guys
exciting.
are listening and you guys want something fun to do with your kids this week because it's March break and they're probably going to drive you nuts, you should go down there. And,
Fish camp.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right, 5 stars.
5 stars. How many stars is that?
It's about 3.8.
3.8 average?
3.8 out of 5.
All right. That's pretty good for a first week.
Yeah.
I think you should step it up, but, that's just constructive criticism. Be
Oh,
better.
and you spilled coffee on the carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, 3.5
Eesh.
stars.
God. Yeah.
That was my, hello, I'm here.
I'm here. Here's a brown stain.
Let's make a splash.
Yeah. Right on. Well, that's a good performance review, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
5 stars for that performance review.
Yeah. No, you and I get 5 stars.
Yes, you do.
Karine, 3.5 out of 5.
Room for improvement.
Well, I'm here for another 4 weeks. So.
Does enough to get by.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.